What is up, everybody? It's your boy Herf here, back on the Duel Entertainment channel, and today we got another how to play video, and this time we're going to be talking about how to play Satellarknights. So, Satellarknights are a deck that recently got support in the new box, which was in the form of Batalamus and Omega. So these two cards, well, Omega is not direct Teller support, however, it's really important in many situations. So this is definitely a for sure of in your extra deck. You need to have one of it. Now, Batalamus is considered like the card that Teller's needed because it requires 2 level 4 Satellarknight monsters and it allows you to rank up directly into your Deltaros. Now, why do you want to summon Deltaros? Deltaros is important because you can detach one Xyz material to pop a card on the field. Now, the reason that this is so good is because your main form of removal, and if this guy leaves the field and goes to the graveyard, you can special summon one Satellarknight from your deck to your field. Now, it's important that you remember that all of your main deck Satellarknight monsters can only use their effect once per turn. When I played this deck in Damage Step, Twitch chat had no idea how to play this deck because they were telling me to loop effects when I couldn't loop effects. They didn't realize that all of the main deck monsters were once per turn. So, the Neb, when it's summoned, you get to search a Satellarknight monster from your deck to your hand. Altair gets to special summon one from the graveyard. Unu gets to send one from your deck to your graveyard. Vega special summons another one from your field to from your hand to your field. And Sirius, potentially the most underrated monster in the deck, will shuffle any five Satellarknight monsters, so including your extra deck ones, which is very important, from your graveyard to your deck, and you get to draw a card. So this card gives you insane amounts of pluses, as well as will replenish your resources to go on in the game. So that's your monsters. Skybridge, important, you must play 3 of this card. So you get to target one Satellarknight monster you control, and then special summon a Satellarknight monster with a different name from your deck. And if you do, shuffle the targeted monster back into the deck. And then it locks you and says, while the monster special summoned by this effect is face up on the field, you cannot special summon monsters except Satellarknight monsters, and you can only activate one Skybridge per turn. The first part of that is very important. It turns your Deneb or your Unu into a 1-card or a 2-card Deltaros, which is very important. Cosmic Cyclone because we hate back row. Econ because it combos with Deltaros very nicely for offensive plays. Floodgate. In the deck that I show in the replays, what was I playing? I wasn't playing that. I was playing Triple Canadia, 2 of these, and this is the deck that I was playing in all the replays. Both versions work well. I think that the slightly smaller version has better top decks. However, this may give you better disruption right off the bat. However, both are very, very good. I did think the smaller version was a lot of fun, though. So this is probably the way. Right, that's not what it was. This is probably the way that I'll play it going forward, honestly, because it is very fun. I kind of half net decked, half changed a little bit of what Mordecai played in the battle phase yesterday and got top 8 with. So very good job, Mordecai, for doing well with the deck. Floodgate, obviously, you know what Floodgate does. Flips monsters face down permanently. And then Supernova, or Stellar Nova Alpha. This trap is one of the most broken traps in the game. So when a spell, trap, or monster is activated, send one face-up Satellarknight monster you control to the graveyard to negate the activation. And if you do, destroy that card, then draw 1 card. So there's a few different pieces of this. So you have to have a face-up Satellarknight on the field. So it doesn't work if there's no Teller on the field. Second important part is you send it to the graveyard. So Deltaros plus Alpha on the field means that Deltaros will get its effect when you negate something, so you can loop it back to the field. And then the third important part is you get to draw a card only if you can destroy the card that you're negating. So if you're negating a Sphere Karibo, you do not get to draw a card, but if you negate a Fiendish Chain, you do. Since Sphere Karibo is already in the graveyard, you can't destroy it. The Fiendish Chain is face up on the field, so it can be destroyed, obviously. And then Super Team, just because you get to special summon more, super helpful. It's awesome. But Basically, your main starting combos are very, very slow. You often do not get Deltaros out on your very first turn. However, if you have Deneb or Unu plus a Skybridge, that is a turn 1 Deltaros. Um, but it's always worth getting your Deneb on the field. So if you open any of your Tellers plus Skybridge, basically, besides Unu, but if you open like Altair, Vega, or Sirius, you'll just flip that into a Deneb. Deneb search Altair, set all your back row and pass, because if anything happens to this Deneb, you get to normal summon the Altair to special summon the Deneb. The Deneb will search, and then you get to do your whole combo because you have 2 Satellarknights on the field for Batalmus. You go into your Deltaros. That's that. So, when your Deltaros goes to the graveyard, if you have not used an Altair effect this turn, so that's the important part. So likely in your opponent's turn. However, if you already used an Altair on your turn and your Deltaros goes to the graveyard, don't summon the Altair. There's no point. The Altair won't get its effect because you already used it. You should likely either go into a Deneb on your turn if you've already used your Altair, or likely going into Sirius, because at that point you probably have enough to use its effect. When you use Sirius, you should always shuffle in the extra deck cards first. That's very important because you want to restock your extra deck as much as you can. It's very important. And then after that, you should do Altair, and then after that, you can do everything else. It's worth keeping 1 Deneb in your graveyard at all times, because whenever Deneb can or Altair can special summon it, it'll get a search. So that's very, very helpful. So you always want to keep a Deneb in your grave, shuffle your extra deck cards first, all of that jazz. And I think that just about wraps up all of the main combos. I'll show you guys some replays that I got with the deck. It was very, very fun. I enjoyed playing with it. I do actually really enjoy control decks and balance decks. They're very fun to play, I think, because they require a lot of thought. They require you to be very precise. So I'm going first, which is, well, you want to go first with this deck. If you go second, a lot of times it can be a bit difficult. But here I open a fairly awkward hand. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to normal summon my Vega, special summon my Unu, send a Deneb. You almost always will send a Deneb off of Unu because you want it there. Then I go into Batalmus, and Batalmus will discard, special summon into my Deltaros, set my Alpha, and pass. This is a very good turn 1. Alpha plus Deltaros is very important. So I'm going to Deltaros, pop the Necro Valley. He's going to attempt to negate my Deltaros. Now I get to negate his negate. So now I can special summon into my Altair, which will special summon my Deneb. So there's no point in me going into Deltaros right now because it doesn't allow me to plus anymore. So I'm going to special summon my Deneb, actually, which is going to search my Sirius because I already have another Altair. So I'm going to go into Batalmus. Batalmus is going to discard my other Altair to special summon my Deltaros. Deltaros will pop the back row. So now, you might be wondering, Herf, why didn't he floodgate your Deltaros? Well, Deltaros actually your opponent cannot respond to its summon if it has Exceeds materials. So, since Floodgate can only respond to the summon, he can't respond to it, so he can't activate it. If this guy was playing 100% optimally, he would have floodgated my Batalmus, but if he did that, I would have been able to normal summon my Altair to special summon something back, and then get into Deltaros anyway. So this guy was in a very unlucky spot either way. So now I'm going to Sirius effect because I do have a Batalmus, I do have a Deltaros, I have a lot of resources in my grave field here. I have 2 Altair in there right now, so I need to get everything back. So I'm going to do 2 extra cards, 2 Altair, and my Unu, and then that gives me a draw. So why I didn't attack is because when any of the go keys are put into the graveyard, you get to search a card. And I don't want him to be able to search Twist Cobra and swing over my Deltaros right now. So I'm just going to let him do whatever he wants. He attacks on that. I get to special summon Deneb in his turn. And then now I have my Altair in my hand. I have pretty much everything I could ever want. So now I'm just going to normal summon my Altair. I'm going to make a Samurai. And now I make a Samurai because Samurai will be able to swing over both Suprexes. And then I also have a super team set. So this is lethal on board right now. So swing, swing, swing directly, and then flip up the super team, and then he scoops right here. So very nice there. And then the next replay, I forget what I played against. Let's see here. I played against Mokuba Kaiba, I believe. Was it? I can't remember what it was. So I just go first. I normal summon my Dedeb. Since I already have an Altair, and Vega will be able to special summon the Altair, I just search Altair. I search Vega, and then I'm gonna set my disruption and pass. Very nice. This is not an ideal opener for me at all. Since I didn't even need to use my Deneb, or like it's still on the field, I just swing. Turns out it's an Alistair. So in his end phase, I'm gonna try to free up my field so I can get some more searches going. And now I'm gonna pop off. I'm gonna normal summon, special summon, search. So the reason I searched actually into my Unu is because this is the monster I always search when I'm going to discard it. Or when I need discard fodder for Batalamus. Because Unu's the most worthless top deck. So that's actually just how you, that's just a generic combo. So Vega, special summon Altair. Altair, when it's special summon, you special something from the grave. And you always want to keep that Deneb being special summoned so you always get those searches. And then with those searches, you get a lot of card advantage. And then, you just thin the deck so much. I had my Alpha, so even if he had that invocation in his hand, which he probably does because he didn't search when I flipped it up, then I'd just be able to negate the invocation, and then that's GG because they don't have a second one. So very, very good. And then KJH2. All right, here. Let us see what he is doing. I believe. What's he playing? I forget some of the things that I played against this. All right, so he's playing Magnets. This is a pretty weak opening hand for me. Sirius plus Altair are two cards that you don't really ever want to see with each other because they don't really give you any inherent card advantage. However, this hand, like 3 disruptions like this, is so powerful that he's just not going to be able to play through it. So look, he has everything right now. This man is living. So he's gonna beta summon the Delta. Like this guy is in a happy place right now. So he's actually going to summon Diamond Dire. We're just gonna flip it down because all those materials will get locked underneath. He's gonna normal summon Alpha. So this is the card that we want to negate because if we allow him to get out his Berserkion, it might be too late, right? So we want to stop all kinds of card advantage possible because we don't want him to be able to special summon anything. So we have to add a card to our hand because we destroyed the Alpha. So now, because we destroyed it with the Alpha, we actually get a free draw, which is going to come in handy. So Deltaros is going to hit the field. I'm going to pop, and I'm going to swing. So I have an Econ, and I have a Super Team Buddy set. So if he normal summons anything to use with his magnetic field, I'm just going to special summon probably my Altair, which will special summon my Sirius. I get the Econ take. He has no plays. Or even if he were to special summon his Berserkion, he wouldn't really have any plays. So, this deck is just really, really good when it goes first, when it draws its combo. If the deck is forced to go second, it can be a bit weak to back row. So that's basically the only thing holding it back right now is going second, as well as Balance a lot of times will put you in a very awkward position. For example, last duel I opened Altair plus Sirius, which a lot of times you can make work. However, it can be kind of tricky, and you can be a little too slow sometimes. Like if black will just go second into that, they're just gonna pop everything and kill you, right? Like there's not even going to be a situation where that Altair is going to be able to come out of your hand. However, versus a lot of the meta decks right now, the meta is a little bit slower than it was potentially in the past. So this deck is definitely a very good rogue option, especially on the ladder. This deck is very King of Games viable, as well as in tournaments. I mean, Mordecai got top 8. The hardest matchup for this deck is probably Noble Knights. So you want your backer to be very anti-Noble Knights. So that's why you got like 3 flip downs. You got 3 Omni Negates. You need to play these Cosmic Cyclones, not only for a generic backer, but for the Noble Knight matchup as well, to prevent them from being able to get to their full combo. So everything you should be building all of your decks. Does this help me versus Noble Knights? Does this help me versus Noble Knights? And that's how you should proceed. But overall, I had a blast with this deck. This is probably one of my favorite decks. I played a lot when it first came out. I'm really enjoying the support. So if you guys are enjoying the support or just enjoyed the content in general, make sure you leave a like and a comment below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, all that kinds of great stuff. And then make sure you also check out the Discord where we have free new player help, as well as you can join tournaments. And then check out the Twitch channel where we host those tournaments. We give away tickets to Damage Step, which is last Damage Step had $600 prize support. So get in there, join our free everyday tournaments that have $10 prize support, as well as keep an eye out for that Damage Step every month. It's awesome. Get in the Discord, get in the Twitch, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you very much. I love all you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.